Okay, so the world of AI is moving at a dizzying pace, right? You've got all this noise, dystopian warnings on one side, utopian promises on the other. But what if there was a clear strategic framework to cut through it all? Well, that's where digital strategist Donald Adeniji comes in. Today, we're diving deep into his idea of the productization imperative, basically a survival guide for this wild new era.
So, at first glance, Adeniji's view of AI seems pretty straightforward. He calls it a canvas. It's just a tool, right? It's not inherently good or bad. We're the ones who decide what to do with it. It's a pretty optimistic, empowering way to look at it.
Ah, but here's the twist. This isn't just a simple tool, like a paintbrush. This canvas learns, it adapts, it starts painting on its own, and that changes everything. And that one question right there, it shifts us from feeling in control to facing the central anxiety of the entire AI era. So, which is it? A canvas for our creativity or a full-blown crisis? This is the paradox we're all living in. And Donald Adeniji's work gives us a framework to navigate it, by first getting to the heart of a problem he sees popping up everywhere. According to Adeniji, our deepest anxiety isn't just about robots taking our jobs. No, it goes deeper. It's about losing control of our own story, of our own narrative, especially when machines are becoming the world's most powerful storytellers. Let me show you what I mean with a few examples. So here's a fear we can all relate to. Imagine AI glasses that can just identify you on the street, instantly. The gut reaction for most of us is, well, there goes our privacy. We're basically becoming walking, talking data points, completely exposed. But look at how Adeniji reframes this. He says, the fear isn't just that a machine knows your name. The real fear is what the machine says about you. What if it gets it wrong? What if it amplifies a completely false story about who you are? The danger isn't just being seen, it's being misdefined at a massive scale. It's about losing authorship of your own life story.
And this is a perfect real-world example. You have a creator who gets mislabeled as a coach in some big public list. Now she has to go out and publicly correct the record because somebody else's story, somebody else's label, was starting to overwrite her own professional identity that she worked so hard to build.
This is what Adeniji calls a narrative control crisis. It's this very modern struggle to hold on to who you are, to your authentic identity, when algorithms and other people can just slap a label on you that spreads like wildfire. It all comes down to that one word: control. Now, this whole narrative crisis is happening at the same time as the fear we all know: job displacement. I mean, when Geoffrey Hinton, literally one of the godfathers of AI, warns of a tsunami that could wipe out up to half of all jobs, you kind of have to listen. This is the economic gut punch to all this anxiety. And this is Adeniji's core argument. He's not saying we should fight the tech. That's a losing battle. He's saying we have to fundamentally upgrade how we define value. Our old ideas of what makes human contribution worthwhile are becoming obsolete. We need a whole new system to define our worth, protect it, and make it legible to the machines. So, if the problem is that our human value is becoming basically invisible or unreadable to these new systems, then the solution has to be making it visible, making it readable. And this is where Adeniji introduces his big idea: productization. Okay, so what in the world is productization? Think of it like this. It's the act of packaging up your unique value, all your knowledge, your specific ways of thinking, even your life story, into a neat, structured format that an AI can actually understand. It's like creating a personal API for your own brain. So you're translating your humanity into a language the machines can read. Why? So you can control how they represent you. And the best part is, you already have all the raw materials. Your unique lived experiences, Adeniji calls that stuff gold. Then you have your actual expertise, your online presence, and, this is crucial, your specific human context that no AI has. Productization is just the work of structuring these things. It means writing down your frameworks, publishing your ideas, and building a digital footprint that screams, this is who I am and this is the value I bring. Now, Adeniji is really clear on this point. This isn't just some nice-to-have career tip. He calls it an imperative. In other words, this is not optional anymore. In this new world we're entering, the mandate couldn't be clearer. Either you take the time to define your own value in terms the system understands, or the system is going to define it for you. And trust me, you might not like the definition it comes up with. Or worse, it might decide you have no value at all. And this isn't just some theory being thrown around on social media.
The whole concept has been submitted formally to the World Intellectual Property Organization. They're literally framing the productization imperative as a blueprint for how we adapt. That really adds a whole new level of seriousness to this idea.
So ultimately, it all boils down to a fundamental choice you have to make about your future. Are you going to be the architect of your own value, or are you going to be a raw asset for someone else's system to mine?
Let's just lay out the two paths here side by side. On one side, you can let yourself be productized. That means your knowledge, your content, your ideas, they're all just scraped and mined by AI systems you don't control. You're just another data point in their model. Or you can productize yourself. That's where your expertise becomes a structured asset that you own, you control, and you direct. You become the architect. The choice is really that simple. Are you the building material, or are you the builder? And that brings us to the final and maybe the most important question of all. Everything about you, your entire lived experience, is rapidly becoming a valuable, machine-readable asset. So who's going to own it? You or them?